Hi, I'm David Daniels of Chick Publications. In 1984 to 87, I was a student at Fuller Theological Seminary. I only have one picture of the place pretty much. That's my graduation picture. There I am right there from 1987. In 1985, my first year at Bible college, I was taking a New Testament introduction class. We were all in a basement crowded together. It felt like it was 200 of us all there. And the professor stood up at a podium in the front, and we all had to read from our official Nestle's UBS Greek text here with the Revised Standard Version here. And he was reading in Luke and talking about the authorship of Luke and Acts. He's reading in Luke 1:1-4. In there, it says, I'd rather read it in the real Bible now. For as much as many have taken in hand to set forth in order a declaration of those things which are most surely believed among us, even as they delivered them unto us, which from the beginning were eyewitnesses and ministers of the word, it seemed good to me also, having had perfect understanding of all things from the very first, to write unto thee in order, most excellent Theophilus. You need to know something about Luke and a little bit about myself. Now, I had just graduated from Pacific Christian College with my bachelor's in Bible and linguistics. I was a top Greek student, and I had taken my first summer of linguistics with SIL, part of Wycliffe Bible Translators. I didn't really expect that I was going to get a whole lot of new information from this class. I knew something about Luke. Luke himself was an incredible historian. In fact, most of the New Testament is dated by that incredibly accurate information that God helped Luke to obtain when he researched Luke and Acts. Those we and us parts of the book of Acts are where Luke was with Paul and he was there seeing these things happen. And in the Gospel of Luke, he was interviewing eyewitnesses. He was able to tell you when kings reigned, when governors reigned, the specific terminology used at a period of time, sometimes a very limited one, as we found out when we proved these things with archaeology. He also had correct nautical terms. You can literally understand the New Testament dates from Luke and Acts. But amazing thing, my professor did not want us to believe that Luke wrote those books. He had a hidden agenda. He wanted us to disbelieve that God inspired Luke to write these things and wanted us to disbelieve that Luke wrote Luke or Acts. And he did it in a sneaky way by pulling out some hidden nuggets of the Greek. So in here it says the words from the beginning, when he says, as it says in a real Bible, even as they delivered them unto us, which from the beginning were eyewitnesses, the apostles, Mary, Simeon, all these people were eyewitnesses going back to the beginning. Of what? John's ministry. He instead took the words in Greek, two words, aparche, and related them to totally unrelated words, an unrelated phrase, enarche. In John 1:1, enarche in hologos. In the beginning was the Word, meaning before time. In Genesis 1:1, Bereshit bara Elohim, hashamayim ve'et haaretz. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Again, it's before time, as we know it. He related aparche from the beginning to enarche. And by doing this, he was pushing the authorship of the book. Here's how he did it. He wanted us to believe that a church committee, a religious committee, had assembled Luke and Acts 100 years later. And so he talked about aparche, meaning this is some ancient time before which this information was provided from which Luke was written. I saw what was going on. I raised my hand. And I said, Dr. Martin, If we were to accept your definition of the word, then we would have to believe that you're pushing the authorship of Luke into the 2nd century. Now, I expected that the good doctor would have had an incredible compendium of information that was just for this situation, that he'd had many people asking this question, and he was ready to hear mine. Instead, he leaned over the podium, over his mic, looked at me and said, "Well, that wouldn't hurt your faith, would it?" It wasn't a matter of whether it would hurt my faith. It was a matter of whether it was true or not. It's amazing. These guys, when they want you to doubt what the scriptures say, doubt something that you can look in the rest of the Bible and you can find that fact elsewhere. Or even in the passage itself. Right here in the passage itself, it tells us what the meaning of from the beginning is. Don't believe these professors or whoever they are who try to get you to doubt by making you to find some hidden nugget in the Greek or the Hebrew. Have faith in what God has spent his time preserving. God said, "Faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of God." Doubt also cometh by hearing, by accepting the word of men over the word of God. May God bless you as you read your King James Bible. Believe what it says, prayerfully trust him, and grow in your faith, not your doubt. Have a wonderful day.